Good morning, Scorpio. Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I am Nicole. Scorpio, happy birthday season to you still. We are still in Scorpio season. I hope that you are doing well and fantastic. And that birthdays, if you have a birthday today or over the weekend or this week, as we round out Scorpio season, I hope it's everything you need it to be. This reading is going to be your weekly from November 17th to what, the 23rd, 24th, something like that, 23rd. We'll go Monday through Friday like we always do. I did pick out a particular deck after doing the channel members readings this morning in Scorpio. If you've joined me over on the channel membership side of things, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. I had that happen last week with some of these reads. Bear with me for a minute. Here comes the yawns. Oh goodness, here we go again. All right. So with that, what was I saying? Jesus. So I've picked out a very different deck than I typically use to get the days of the week. Remember that these energies are fluid. The timing around at 1:11 on the clock could be different for all of you. So just because we attach it to Monday doesn't mean that it's not going to happen on a Thursday for you. So place it where it fits for you. Remember, we're all on different timelines as well. Cross watcher, if you're here, welcome. This is going to be for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and Stellium. Thank you to everybody who's liked, shared, subscribed, commented, hyped the videos, joined the channel memberships, have made appointments for personal reads with me. If you are interested in a personal reading, that information can be found in the description box below. Reach out to me. I will provide you with all the details that you need to move forward with that. So yeah, tomorrow night, probably 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we're going to get a live feed out to you all for the new moon in Scorpio. I almost said Taurus. Okay, new moon in Scorpio, guys. This week, talk about Scorpio all over stuff. I can't remember what all the planets are. Mercury is going back. It's retrograded. Obviously, it's moving from Sagittarius back into Scorpio. The moon will be in Scorpio. The sun is in Scorpio. Venus is in Scorpio. And I think there are at least two others that are in Scorpio as we progress through this week. So do know that your energy is written all over everything. I said in the channel members read, like it may feel heavy this week because it is. I think a lot of the times we equate new moons to positive changes, which they are, but it is a new beginning. But we also have to keep in mind that new moons are also about releasing the past so that we can move into the future. Every moon, while it's the same theme in a way, how it resonates for us and in what areas is going to be very different. So we will get into that on that live video. We'll see how it goes. I may do some Q&A. If I do, it's $10 a question, but all of that will be in that video. So without further ado, Scorpio, let's see what's going on this week. I hope you're all doing well. All right, let's get Spirit overall message first. What are we going with here, Spirit? I'm getting tired, guys. Oh, excuse me. I've been dealing with some fatigue here recently, a little more than I'm used to. So bear with me. Bear with me here. All right, Spirit, overall energy this week for Scorpio. What do they need to know? The Scorpio collective, please, Spirit. Aries could be of significance to you somehow, but you are also tied to the Tower, which is you, Scorpio, and Aries. Aquarius collaborate and Libra balance. So Aries, Libra, Aquarius being in, or Pluto, excuse me, being in Aquarius at this time. All right, let's see, Spirit. What does Scorpio need? Fourth house of home, achieve. Scorpio, there's a drive here. If you're not feeling it yet, it's coming. If you're feeling a little, I guess we'll just use the term lethargic because I want to yawn again. Guys, I'm so sorry. I just can't help it right now. If you have been feeling lethargic or worn out or a little burnt out on both ends, feeling like you're burning the candle at both ends, perhaps, even if there's a pause, this Capricorn achieve says, listen, just Scorpio, hang in there a little longer because you are, what's the matter with me all of a sudden? You are going to move forward. You are going to have your eyes set on the prize. The 16 there between the Spirit had me add up 51 and 10, or Yeah, 51 and 10 in total numerologically breaks down to a 16, which is the Tower. You've got a 6 here, 42 breaks down to a 6. You could be 42, 51. There could be a 10-year increment around something as well. But Scorpio, point being, Spirit is saying everything is up for grabs. Everything is up for grabs. So there's something about that. I do feel like there's an energy shift that's happening for you right now. It could be a little debilitating mentally, I think, more than anything. And Mercury and Scorpio in retrograde. So there's that. So let's get into the cards. This deck, I hardly ever use this for what I'll call public readings on YouTube, but I felt inclined. It's a smaller deck and it holds a hell of a lot of power. Scorpio, say yes to the money. Say yes to your investments. Say yes to everything. 555, everything changing in life, as I was getting ready to spit that out, because everything is changing. Do put money away. I think that if you're going through a lull right now, it's temporary, might be 2 weeks. But everything is getting, like, I got the chills, like it's getting set to shift. Don't be super headstrong, but headstrong is Aries energy itself. But sometimes that tenacity, that headstrong way of you, very fixed, right, works out to your better benefit in the long run when you're channeling it the right way. So there's something about that, as I feel like right now some of you could probably feel pretty unstable, especially this week as a whole. So what's going on Monday for Scorpio, please, Spirit? I think I'm going to yawn again. Jesus permanently. Work. So work could be at the forefront, right? How things are working together. As I say that, I look under the deck, card of union, the sun. There's an emphasis and a highlight around maybe finding balance between work and home. Challenges suffice. Thank you, Spirit. Suffice the challenges. So we'll see. Tuesday, Spirit, for Scorpio. Fortune comes out sideways. You could be questioning your next path forward as to how you move through that. Like, if I keep wanting to tell people, like, or in these reads as an example, if you're changing jobs, you're like, well, how is this ever going to work out to my benefit? Easy for me to tell you in the middle of your potential mental crisis over it. It's going to be fine, Scorpio. But I don't know that there's any other way to tell you on a collective video like this, other than in your, if you were to do a personal read, here's your set of circumstances. This is how this plays out per Spirit, if they want you to know in greater detail. But it's going to be fine. You're mapping out the road ahead, whether you know it or not. Like, there's a very strong, energetic presence of Spirit going, it's going to be okay. You just have to keep going. You don't, it's like, when people start out running a marathon, they don't see the finish line. They just know they got to get there. And if they're taking running a marathon, there's hills, there's mountains, there's flat areas, there's turns, there's twists all along the way. But they know if they keep following the arrows and Spirit being your arrow, like, you will get there. It's just a matter of when. So Scorpio, you're going to get there, wherever there is for you. It's just a matter of when. But they need you to keep following the arrows. Okay? Wednesday, the liar. You could be dealing with somebody who's, Spirit just said two-faced, but also playing both sides of a situation. Like, you may be getting two different versions of a person and you're not quite sure what it is. Pay attention to how your body is responding to the people around you at that time. Any point this week, honestly, to be straight with you. I think the second half of the week is going to be more important with that Wednesday moving forward. But it's kind of like a juggling act. It's also a chess and checker strategy. It is, do we go, do we stay, up and down. There could be a lot of seesawing kind of energy happening around you and someone specific this week. On Thursday, now it's time to move. It's time to really get your feet a shuffling, Spirit said. You are working towards your foundations. It is, you're pulling everything together, too, in the middle of all of this. You're pulling everything together, whether you recognize it or not. It's just, I can't say it enough. It's going to take time. And Scorpio, I have beat you all to death over the head with patience, 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 patience. Scorpio, I don't even think that this period of time is about patience. It's just, we need you to stay focused and just keep going. So stay focused this week on any task at hand. Just keep checking those things off. If you're tired, take a rest, and then the second you feel primed to go again, get up and keep moving, okay? On Friday, Spirit, for Scorpio, there's a pause, maybe even a retreat I'm hearing. Friday for Scorpio Collective. Could be dealing with a Leo or a Virgo. Gemini also. The puzzle. How do we get there from here? The tree. This is all about your stability. All about what you call home. All about the root. 10:31 on the clock could be of significance to you. The 31st of this past month, so Halloween, could have been of significance to you as well. But the point of the tree, 23, is a 5. It's change. Your roots are changing. What home looks like to you is changing. Where you root your structures for future stability is changing. Okay? The moon, and you don't know where you're going. You don't know where you're going. You can't see it. You just don't even know right now. And I think the next week to 2 weeks is going to be a bit vague, to be honest with you. You're just going to kind of have to hang in there. My daughter's got a poster in her bedroom of a cat, and it's like hanging from like a little rope. And he's so cute, but he's got his little paw. He's a little kitten. He's got his paw hanging over the rope. And at the bottom of it says, hang in there. This kitten is just hanging in there, doing its thing. Scorpio, just hang in there and do the thing. It's like a barrel of monkeys, right? They all hang off of each other. Just keep hanging in there. All right, going back to Monday. Work, Spirit, for Scorpio. What is Monday with the work card about for Scorps? Spirit, leave it there. All right. What is this work card about for Scorpio on Monday? Please, Spirit. Greed. Pollution. Some of you could have not so great work circumstances right now, okay? Tell you that. Some people could be being possessive around their work, being like, you know, like, typically we would like to say, right, all, like, everybody's all in it for everybody. Good collaborative group efforts. Right now, someone is very focused on themselves, their own achievements, what they're doing, where they're going, without giving a whole lot of thought to another person's viewpoint or group effort, viewpoint 12, 21. That's coming from a place of fear. There's a reflection back, like someone's like, hey, we could have it all. And you're like, what about me? What about you? If I win, you win, right? If we're working as a team, no matter what the situation is, family, friends, work, partnerships, whatever kind of coming together this is, if we all work together, guess what? Good things happen. But when we get greedy, there becomes a dismemberment to all of like the nucleus itself, right? It becomes a complete disarming of things. So this is like, let's think about the long-term effects of everybody's well-being in a particular situation. It's Spirit. It could be corporate greed too, right? It's like, oh, we're going to give our employees that have been here for 10 years a 10-cent raise. What the hell? Right? It's something like that. So it's everybody's kind of worried about themselves in this moment. It's almost like the need for survival, Scorpio. So be careful that you're not the one in that mindset. Literally, the 5 of Swords and the Justice. It's all for me, right? All for me. What about me in a particular situation? And something here is going to have to be balanced out no matter what the circumstances are. And it will be, because that, whatever that energy is going to be short-lived. It can't, that energy is not sustainable. Either someone's going to get tired and fed up, something on a bigger scale, if this is like a business or something, could collapse in some capacity where they're going to be forced. You know, it could be like everybody, it's like, you know, we'll just use unions as the example. When it's not fair pay or fair breaks or whatever it might be, everybody starts picketing, right? It's like, nope, sorry, we're not doing it. We're going to wait on this contract because this isn't fair. This isn't balanced. Like, this isn't right. This isn't just. So no matter what, someone's hand is going to be forced in due time. And I feel like Monday, the energy of that, or just in, again, this week in general, there's going to be the energy of that this cannot be a one-all situation. This is everybody involved. That's going to create some tension, Spirit said. And, you know, I'm going to say, Scorpio, so be it. Something needs to change. There's the Hierophant. order to the chaos. This could be a spiritual experience, a spiritual awakening for somebody who has kind of done things on their own course, their own way for so long. It's bringing things together so that everybody, 10 of Cups, can be happy with the end result. I just heard it's all about me. Someone may not be at 5 of Wands. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of tension in a situation. But the Hierophant, it's divine order. Divine order comes in and says, listen, Gemini, Gemini, the Lover's card, the Star, you've got choices. But are they for everybody's best good? And we will have order to the chaos. And say it, I want to pick up the deck, there's the Tower. Somebody has likely had a Tower moment, Scorpio. This could be you. This could be tied to other people. I do feel like this is an external environment kind of thing, that it's playing out the way that it is. Like, if there's going to be some fights and tension over something, then so be it. But, you know, what was it was it New Orleans, right? Was that last year or this year? I can't even remember. But that Tesla that drove through the crowd. I don't even know why that's coming up. Maybe something worldwide in regards to something like that could be coming through. God, I hope not. I mean, maybe some justice from that. I don't even know. I don't remember exactly when that happened. But as soon as I seen that chariot, it made me think of that for, you know, whatever reason Spirit brought that up. But this is also like just kind of walking over the aftermath, just going forward. Like, you all can sit here. I think I said this to you. You all can sit here and fucking fight, but I'm out the door. This is going to be moved. There's going to be a lot of lessons learned around this. Scorpio, I feel like you're the by watcher is what I heard, the bystander. You're watching, observing a lesson that somebody's going through. Somebody around you could be going through, again, like a dark night of the soul, spiritual up-leveling. And for you, you've likely been there more times than once. So to you, it could make you feel uneasy, but you know exactly why it's happening. Can you be patient through it? Are you capable of that right now? Okay, because it's going to be a test of your strength and will as well. Very much so. All right, more on Monday around this. Yeah, you've got somebody who, it's karmic. Somebody's being triggered. Somebody's definitely being triggered. There could be some fears. It could be easier to kind of check out, you know, have that tension, getting tension from a space that somebody is not expressing something. It just seems combative somehow. It's like, is this all for nothing? Why are we fighting? Why are we even in this right now? What's the point? That's how that feels to me. All right, so with that, it's like there could be something from the past, Scorpio, whether this is a person, an energy, an emotion, that I feel like this is more an old pain that hasn't yet been resolved, whether this is within you or somebody you're dealing with, or maybe both of you, or a group, again, that infection, that parasite, that whatever is being brought to the surface. And it's time to do some healing. It's not always comfortable, right? We know this. All right, Fortune on Tuesday, that's sitting sideways, Spirit. What is this about for Scorpio on Tuesday? Letting go comes out in the reverse. Reconcile underneath that, and run away. Get the runner and the runaway. Someone's had a misfortunate read to a misunderstanding that they've been torn on whether to hang on or let go of. But they also know that something here is very abundant. Something good is going to come of this. But this is also, I said, move your feet. It's time to move the feet. It's time to get going. Someone here is like in limbo, all over the place with something specific. It's like sending, was that Sting? Sending out an SOS? I don't know the words to that song. I don't know the words to that, but I think it was Sting. Sending out an SOS. Something, something, something. I have no idea. Maybe check that out. I don't know. Actually, I want to go back and look at the lyrics of that. So let's see here. Spirit on Tuesday. 7 of Pentacles. Somebody has invested. There's been some planning. There's been some strategic play, Spirit is saying. King of Cups. I'm hearing emotional resilience. 3 of Cups. Like there is something worth celebrating. There is something worth... Spirit's saying turning into. Why the letting go in reverse? So there's someone, that's Scorpio, right? That's death, that's transformation, that's surrender, who's not quite ready. Like this is, I'm going to say, a long way to go, Scorpio. Excuse me. If I had both of these cards in the sideways position, I would say they're figuring it out. Or you're figuring it out. It's like somebody's trying to bypass some steps. Like if I just stay in this spot, it'll be fine. There's it's not ignorance. It's just avoidance. It's avoidance. Of not, it feels like not having enough. What is that about? 2 of Cups. Coming together with something or someone, the World card. This Scorpio, this is really somebody who's kind of like, do I want to be a part of this or not? Because there's something about it that feels really good, and there's something about it that's like, how long do I wait? I've planned to this point, but now what? Let's see, what comes out of this, Spirit? Seduction. There's something, what is the third, hold on, I'm making this. What is the third party? Because I've seen that now twice on Tuesday, which again can be any day for you, but what is this third party energy about? This is tied to finances, security, stability. Material. What is this about, Spirit? This third party that keeps popping up. Queen of Wands in reverse. The Wheel. The Lovers. Call it consequential choices. Literally the Judgment to the 2 of Cups. Like somebody's fire energy could have gotten them in, you know, I'm going to call it trouble. Spirit just said what they perceive as hot water, Scorpio. That could be you. But I'm going to tell you, this is meant to bring 2 sides together for emotional change. The Wheel here is like everything is destined to change for the better no matter what the circumstances are. This is the shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but I didn't. It's changing the perspective as to see things in the sense of, I didn't follow my gut. I didn't think about this. I should have done that. But judgment is consequential, right? It is our decisions and our actions, our dharma, our karma, all of the things. What happens when you mix 2 sides of a world together, it creates its own world. But what is not being understood is that, like, let's say, I don't know, is it maybe not the best example, but let's just say you're really good at singing, and then you take on acting, and you always just wanted to be a singer, and then you start acting, and you really like that, and it's like, well, I can be a singer and an actress. I can be both, right? You can lean into both things. So whatever it is like, what you don't understand is those 2 things do come together. They can come together. They are being forced via the divine to come together for a specific reason. And it's happening. This could be related to past life situations as well, that it's time for those particular things to play out. The next phase, the next chapter is here with the Wheel of Fortune, and it's destined. Anything else on this? Fortune favors the bold, Scorpio. Be bold. There's a move that needs to take place. Could be dealing with a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This is the beginning of something very, very, very fucking new. This may pertain to a pregnancy, doesn't have to be. Pregnancy is also in this deck fertile growth. It's a time of coming together. It is a time of abundance. It is a time of something that is a divine blessing with the Wheel of Fortune. It's a destined blessing. It's something that's meant to move everybody forward in the best way possible. And the move here, and it's like, I'm stuck in a way of where I go, what I do. Do I stay at this job? Do I stay with this person? Do I stay in a marriage? Do I stay in a family dynamic? Like, what is this? What is this? What do I do? Only you know. Okay? All right, the Liar on Wednesday. Somebody back and forth. I will say to you on Tuesday, though, someone is, I'm going to say making head over heart decisions for the time being. Okay? The Liar here on Wednesday for Scorpio. What is this about? Bonfire. The Hug. There's a lot of things may be getting heated up. The Liar, he's an opportunist. He is a magician in the worst way possible. He will poke the fire. He will be the shit stirrer. And he will sit back and watch and see what happens. Scorpio, you will go and sacrifice anything and anyone if you feel it doesn't serve the direction you're supposed to go. Period. I hope if this is somebody who means well or who has meant well, that they don't work themselves out of your life. Because that's a very cold place to be for you. Or for people on the outside dealing with you. That's a very cold place to fucking be. Because you're trying to create a safe haven. As I say that, there comes threats. Like, if it threatens your security, if it gets out of control, you will extinguish the fire. You will water out the fire energy that sits here. You will wash it away and have no qualms about it. Scorpio, I don't feel you being angry, but I feel you not being, how do I put it? You're okay. You won't have qualms about squashing things. You won't. So, what else? I just heard if it eats away at my sanity. You're not going to play that game. On Wednesday for Scorpio. This Liar, what is that about? Ace of Swords, you're going to speak some cold, hard truths. You absolutely will. And it might come out pretty sharp. Two of Pentacles. Like, this is, we're in, we're out. You're doing this, you're not. I said about juggling, too. I mean, check this out. The Ace of Cups. Heart and Head I mentioned, too. Look at those two. They're basically one and the same. Look at their red hats. Right? Like, someone's going to, if someone doesn't get a grip on themselves, they're going to make themselves like a fool. Scorpio, I hope it's not you. It's kind of like the dunce cap of the kids that they'd sit in the corner back in the day when they had a one-room schoolhouse. You misbehave, you got the dunce cap and had to sit in the corner by yourself. All eyes on you. Someone could be afraid of drawing attention to themselves at this time as well, but you have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Two of Pentacles. Two aces, it's two. So Two of Cups sitting right above that. So this is about things coming together. The 29 breaks down to 11. Add that up. That's also a 2. Lots of 2s. 2s could be your guideline this week, Spirit is saying. Spirit is bringing up... Scorpio, how do I explain this? When you are in school and you have to write study guides, right? So you can go back and review, Scorpio, you could be creating the study guide to life right now. And I don't know why I'm seeing it, because you would think like, oh, here's the first thing, 1, next thing 2, third thing 3. I'm seeing twos going straight down a paper, going to this, to that. And it, Scorpio, your mouth too could be going, and two while we're at it. And number two, and not only that, but two, you know, it's TOO, right? We're going to add more to it. Once you get on a roll, you might not stop. As I say that, the Knight of Swords, Three of Swords, you will hurt somebody's feelings. And how dare they hurt yours? You will hurt some feelings. Three of Pentacles. Sometimes there's pain in coming together. Sometimes there's pain in working things out. It's not always the easiest thing, but sometimes the truth is the truth, right? The truth may hurt. Seven of Swords, and I think somebody's trying to avoid that truth here. There's a lot of mental energy. Ace of Cups now comes out sideways. Strength card, Leo energy. You also have Cancer, Chariot energy here. How does this turn out in regards to Wednesday? Nine of Cups. Scorpio, Nine of Cups. It's like it's like being in the courtroom and you watch the prosecutor get up there and stake their claim, and they're passionate and they say what they have to, and sometimes, you know, whatever they're detailing may be brutal and it may be hard and it may be all the things. And then they sit down in their chair and they're content because they know they delivered the facts. Ace of Swords, the facts. They have delivered a truth, and now they can sit back going, I did what I came here to do, and now I wait. And you're back on your throne, and no matter what the circumstance is, Scorpio, the Fool to the Ten of Cups, Three of Wands, the Death card. You'll figure it out. You will figure it out. You will plan. You will transform. You will find happiness and peace no matter what the circumstances are. Come along or don't come along. I'm on my way. Scorpio, you mean business this week. You mean business. Your emotions could really be taking yourself and even others by storm. They may not be expecting a version of you they're about to get if it doesn't settle down. All right. Wednesday, Spirit, any more on Wednesday? Picture. Looking at you, as I say that, there's the mirror looking back at you, right? Pictures missing you, nostalgia, making new memories. Could be something to do with a father and the son from the past, or this could be past life, or this could be in this lifetime as well. Mirroring each other, introspection, inner wounds. Somebody is feeling hurt. Mask and hiding true feelings and healing, needing to heal the heart space. Some gaslighting could be going on, but Scorpio, whatever, if it feels like a theme of fuckery to you, you'll just wrap it up. You'll be done with it. It's just not how you play. You are also likely healing parts of yourself right now through whatever this is. You may not show everything that you're feeling. You may not be expressing it, but it's a lot. For you to get to that point where you start to lash, there's a good reason for that, because that's not your typical nature as an evolved Scorpio. And it could be triggering. You could be triggered. But I feel like someone's been emotionally blocked or avoidant. You'll only sit there with your hand out going, well, for so long. So it is what it is. All right, Scorps. Thursday, the Now card, divine intervention, serendipity, catalyst, karma. Scorpio, are you somebody's karma again? That's a general theme for you. You're coming in to shake things up, or you have something attached to you has shaken things. You're very much a part of it in some capacity here. Curious to see where this goes. So Scorpio, now there's a lot of bright light. There's a lot of gold. There's a lot of wisdom, death, sexuality, joy, and adjust. Like whatever, Scorpio, Thursday is going to be about like, let's just say you're a part of a team at work and, you know, you're on a project and, you know, Susie quits. And you're like, that couldn't have come at the worst time because this project is due Friday. But on Thursday, you're like, okay, you're not going to be a part of it? Fine. You're out. What do I got to do? I'll pick up the slack until that role is filled. Like, you are going to be back on your A game. Like, I feel like the beginning of this week is a lot of patience and waiting to see what happens, transpires. And towards the end of the week, you have a pretty good idea of what's coming down the pike in the long term. And you're like, okay, now I know, and this is what I'm going to do. You could be leading the gold standard is what I heard from Spirit too. You're wiser than you were before. You will adapt, you will accommodate, you will compensate for the things that need to be addressed, even if it hurts. Even if it hurts, you'll do it. You're going to find your peace. 35:53 on the clock. Spirit for Scorpio on Thursday, this now. King of Cups. Your emotions will be far more regulated. You've got a divine pairing here for me. King of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles. Could have somebody reconciling with you. Maybe the lashing set something off with somebody. The Moon. I think you're leaving somebody in this space, Scorpio. Judgment, literally. You got a big week. This is a big week for you. You've got somebody animals could be real important. There's a lot of hold on a minute. There's a lot of animals to this. Fish, dogs, cats, wolves, crabs, lobsters, coyotes, wolves. Did I say wolves? The monsters of the mind. Something as specific about mushrooms. I have no idea what that's about. I would look up the spiritual meaning of mushrooms, to be honest with you. Someone could be trying to express self-mastery at this time. Spirit, they're failing fucking miserably. You can see through it. The King of Cups to the Moon to the Strength. You can see through it. You can see through what's not being said in Scorpio. Judgment to the Queen of Swords. Like, talk about sharp. You will cut a fool. Like, it's just such a sharp, pointed energy that comes through that's like, I see beyond the illusion. I see beyond the realms. Maybe I don't know what it really truly comes of it, but I see beyond it. There is no better sign equipped, and no offense to any other sign out there, to see through it than a Scorpio. Scorpio, if they know you, they will think your next thought for you and know what you're going to do before you do it. They know exactly why you're acting in a particular way. You won't, it might take them a minute to pinpoint it, but once they do, they will call you out on it, and they won't think twice. And depends on how you respond if they come to your aid. Just saying. Scorpio, you are in a no-nonsense kind of place this week, by the end of the week. Separation. Scorpio, the best way for me to put this is you are making somebody think long and hard. Maybe a little bit of pun intended in there. About the importance of your role in something. Whether this is work, family, love, a group, whatever. You're going to hold your ground. And you're going to be the emotionally stabilizing factor to whatever this is. But it also means being in the same energy. You know, I said someone's in their head, right? It's mental. But Scorpio, you're in, both you, in this case, you're following heart and head together. Not just this and not just this. It might take you a minute this week to get out of all emotional energy. But once you do, it's both things, right? You're integrating both. And that in itself, Spirit is saying, is like a blessing from Spirit to help you navigate that, because you're going to need a mix of both things in a particular situation. And going from separation to love call was like, wait a second, like reconciliation. And we had that, I think, on Wednesday or Tuesday. Let's talk about this. Well, it better be real good at this point, right? Like, Scorpio, your give a damn is busted. I think you're trying. I really do. I think you're trying to keep your wits, your calm, your composure about yourself in a situation. But I also think that this week there's only going to be so much that you can take. And when you hit that point, it's going to come out. Anything else on Thursday? Guardian, you are protected. You have a loved one on the other side definitely watching over you. And luck is on your side. So something could turn out better than you expect. Be careful. I will, like, Scorpio, I do feel like there's a well-founded reason why you're coming out like this. I really do. I don't think this is just for funsies, or I feel like being a bitch today. Like, you're saying what needs to be said for a specific reason. But I think you might actually, I feel like you feel like someone's playing games with you, and that's the thing that irritates you. So maybe your perception is off. I'm going to say the intent, thank you, Spirit, the intent of the perception may be off, Scorpio, but you're also not wrong. You know, it's like sometimes we could have the best of intentions for things and it doesn't go the way we thought it was going to go. I kind of feel like with whatever energy you're dealing with, like, let's just go back to Monday with that greed card. You know, Sarah at work is fighting for, who knows what's going on behind the scenes, right, at home. There's a difference. She may not be sharing everything with everybody, and maybe she hasn't told everybody that her husband lost his job and now she's got to make up for 2 incomes, and they've got 4 kids. So she's coming into work like, I got to get this, and it's got to be about me because I'm in this idea of lack and suffering, right? You're not wrong that she's being a selfish psychopath in the moment, right, kind of thing. But at the same time, there's a reason for that soreness within her, and to understand it is to come in compassion. But it's like maybe giving Sarah a reality check, like, hey, if we all do well, you're going to do well too. But if you isolate yourself from this and make it all about you, we fail as a team, right? So we have to do this together, for us all to do well. You can't just suck it down to one thing and go, it's just about this. It's about the big picture. So Scorpio, like, just again, I don't feel like you're not wrong in feeling the way you feel, but the perception is a little off. I hope that's making sense. Okay, so you've got it. Your radar, right? Your intuition is on point. You're reading through the human side of it, most definitely. But also needing to understand where it's coming from. I hope that makes sense. And I think on Friday, part of the puzzle is just that. So there could be communication coming in on Thursday that kind of helps you understand a little bit of that. Let's see, on Friday, Spirit, the puzzle. Snake, lies. See, it's like omitting. Like, I've seen this miss you all fucking week here. Like, there's been, I don't even know how many times I've seen that card, or not this particular card, but there's a couple of them that say miss you. Like this picture on Wednesday, misses you. There was a couple other ones that popped up. Oh, on Thursday, separation, missing you, right there. So I've seen this, I'd say close to 5 times, honestly, Scorpio. Like, there's something here that they may be protecting and guarding and not sharing with you at this time. And hell, maybe it's you too. Pollution, because the old wounds, the old memories, the old flashbacks, it's like backing up some kind of story that they've heard, heard, or have told themselves. It's like PPE, right? PPE is protective, what do they call it? Protective something equipment. I can't think of the word. And it's to protect us when we're doing jobs that could damage or harm us in some way, maybe chemicals or whatever. So it's like, I'm just going to cover up with this armor. It's straight, right? Same thing. It's locked up in a box. Pretty, you can see into it, but you can't touch it. There's something about that. It's like maybe somebody's going and asking advice from many people, and it's like, hey, let me take a poll. And it's like going to the people that you want to back up and affirm the decision you're making, not because it's the right decision, but because it's the consensus, right? It's like, well, this just makes sense. And it's like, you know, you want to prove a point in case in something. So you're going to find the people. It's like the fucking Democrats and Republicans. They're going to side with the people that they know are going to push their agenda. And it's like somebody here is trying to find the allies to push their ideas or beliefs, that this is the only way that this could possibly be, right? It's like I'm looking for the proof to back up the bullshit I'm feeding myself. It's even us as humans, right? We're like, I had this experience a long time ago, so then we start nitpicking every single little detail that somebody does or says. You go, see, there it is, told you. But is it real, Scorpio? Is it you or that person who's doing that? Be careful it's not you this week, okay? Anything else? Sacrifice. Someone's going to have to sacrifice that perspective, because it's the spirit is saying their opinion is the unpopular opinion today, whatever that means. Here comes the train. Yeah, it's not going to fly this week. And Scorpio, you will dedicate yourself, the world, their temperance, healing. Someone's going to 46 on the clock, 10:10. Someone is going to have to reshape their perspective around something here, Scorpio. Page of Pentacles, and I think only after a dose of what Spirit just called God's medicine, so whatever that is in the spiritual realm, and there comes the Death card. Then they're able to move forward, but it's going to take maybe 4 days of rest and recuperation, or understanding that it is not as it seems. 10 of Pentacles, like, why would I have worked on something just to fucking give it up? Like, that doesn't even make sense. You started that project, you started that job, you started this whatever. Why would you work on it just to give it up? You've got it to a point that it's family legacy, 10 of Pentacles. It's something that is worth pursuing and building upon, because you've got the 10 there already. Now it's an up level, right? What's the next 10 to come? Let's do it again. Why would you throw that away? You got what you want. Why would you throw it away? So there's something very specific to that, okay? On Friday, Spirit. On Friday, Spirit for Scorpio. The Dragonfly. Lighthearted and adapt, finding out and change things, coming to light and healing. Somebody realizing that one way is not the only option, right? There could be a middle ground to this. There is a middle ground to this. But I do think someone is just still kind of observing to see what, like, don't make an ass out of you and me. Don't make an ass out of you and me. Ship, cutting ties, moving on, getting what you need, and healing from that. There's been, Scorpio, I don't know if it's in this situation per se. I mean, it could be for some of you. But there's been such a ripping of, like, old wounds that have been opened, or old wounds that just have not been fully healed, that's what this is why this feels so conflictual, because it needs to progress, it needs to heal. Like, this next chapter is requiring healing, and this could be two people, like, that have been hurt elsewhere coming together and going, maybe you've learned the hard way, right? I said, you're kind of a catalyst a lot of the time, that you've been through the dark night of the soul, and you're watching somebody else go through it, and you're like, I'm over that shit. Like, I've spent so much time in it myself. I'm not going back there, and I understand why they're doing. Let me show them the way to get there without having to really go through it. But Scorpio, they have to go through it, because the experience is how we really truly learn those valuable lessons that stick with us for a lifetime. So you're gonna have to be patient to some extent here. But this is like, I said about pets. There they go. There they go again. Don't let your pets get out this week. You know, don't let them get close to a roadway. Some of you could be contemplating getting a new pet since one has passed. But this is a situation where, I said patience, there it is. Was it Don Henley or was it the Eagles? Love will keep us alive. That's another one. Love will keep us alive. So that's also the passion for the things that you need or desire in your life as well, right? That's the passion for anything. It doesn't have to be romantic love. But that keeps the fires burning, Scorpio, okay? That's the important thing to remember. Come into whatever this is with love. All right, Spirit. Advice for Scorpio this week. This was a bit longer, but here it is. It's a lot going on. A time to give rather than take. New moon in Virgo. Again, to me, it's like being patient. Aries. It's time. New moon in Aries. It's time to take action. And I think by midweek, Scorpio, you feel like you got something to say or prove. You and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer and full moon. Surrender to the divine. Be bold and make the first move, Scorpio. You just kind of standing in your power and going, fine then, fuck it. Make someone have to move their feet. Maybe you're the one, maybe you need to move your feet so others can move their feet. But you're not messing around this week. You mean business. So, Scorpio, that's a lot. I'm sending you all so much love. I hope this was helpful. Personal reads, again, are open and available. That information can be found in the description box below as well as the About section of the page. Sending you all so much love. As always, take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon.